Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching my review of GlenDronach 8-year-old, the Hielan. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to my review of GlenDronach 8-year-old, the Hielan. This is the first of 5 reviews that I'm doing from GlenDronach. I'm covering the entire core range. If you don't already, it might be worth subscribing, and that way you can be notified when each video goes live. The GlenDronach distillery dates back to 1826 and it was founded by James Allardyce. It's one of the oldest licensed distilleries in Scotland. GlenDronach is a Highland whisky and it's had many owners over the years. They are sherry cask connoisseurs and most of their range is heavily sherried. The distillery was mothballed in 1996 and it was reopened with new owners in 2002. The distillery is currently owned by Brown-Forman Group, and this particular whisky is non-chill filtered, it's uncoloured, it's 46% ABV and it retails for around £36. Shall we find out what it tastes like? On to the whisky. Right, so before I start nose and tasting, I will point out that this is aged in ex-sherry and ex-bourbon casks. Let's take a look at the colour. I'd say it's like a burnished. It does have a nice colour. Let's start with the nose. Right, so the first thing I get is like nail polish remover. Then I'm getting like red apples, juicy red apples. Then there's like a biscuity note, like shortbread biscuit. And then there's like baking spices. There's also like a light vegetal note. Then I'm starting to get cherries and like red wine. And then I'm starting to get like sultanas, brown sugar. And there's even a hint of like dark chocolate in there. It really is quite nice. Let's move on to the palate. Right, so the first thing as it interacts with the palate, it goes quite creamy and viscous. And then as that sort of fades and you've swallowed it, heat, like chili pepper, really is quite spicy. It's a nice tingle. I'm sure that's coming from the ex-bourbon casks. And yeah, it's not bad. It's like a sweet, spicy chili, almost like a chili jam. It's really quite nice. Let's have another sip. Right, so now I'm getting like malted cereal, like that malted barley coming through. I'm getting some charred oak, which is quite nice. I'm getting things like dark chocolate and orange, maybe like orange oil, and soaked dark fruits. Really is quite nice. That heat isn't too intense now. After that first sip, your palate sort of acclimatizes to that heat. It really is quite pleasant. Let's have one last sip. Yeah, so I'm getting like those soaked dark fruits, really sort of like juicy sultanas, raisins, a little bit like mince pies or Christmas cake. Really is quite nice. And now I'm getting things like sweet vanilla and cherry, lots of fruit going on. In terms of finish, there is some dry wood, a little bit of sort of tannins from the sherry, and there's that heat and a little bit of pepper. It really is quite pleasant. I'd say in terms of length, I'd say it's like a medium finish. In terms of value for money, at £36, this isn't bad. It's a really well composed, dram of those fruity flavours with the sort of charred oak and the malted cereal and that biscuit note. It really is a good combo. You can find it cheaper than £36 occasionally, but probably not much. In terms of flavour profile, I think it actually tastes younger than it is. If you told me this was maybe a 4 to 5 year old whiskey, I'd probably believe you. But I think the ex-bourbon and that spiciness is what's giving it that sort of younger feel. In terms of being the entry level to the core range with its age statement, I think it's a good place to start. And if you like this sort of thing, then come back for the next one. It's the 12-year-old. I'll see you then. Sauncher.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.